Well, that was a great night at La Babacana in Castile, or whatever it's called. Time to go. Time to get down these little tiny narrow lanes and on the road. Easier said than done. Ha! Reverse. Can't beat it. Gracias. I wonder if it's easier going down than it was coming up. Hold on, matey. Lovely church. Oh, it was easy enough. Really helps when you know where you're going and what's ahead of you. So today's plans, try and avoid the rain, but look at the sky. It's not great. So I'm heading north, north east, sort of, roughly towards Barcelona. Not going to Barcelona. That's a city break place, not a motorbike place, in my opinion. Went there last year. It's lovely, but just not suited to motorbikes, in my opinion. It's if it's going to get nicked, it's going to get nicked in Barcelona. So I'd love to stay in the mountains, but we're a little bit isolated here, and I think the route will probably take me out to them, which is sad because I love them. Look at them, it's gorgeous. But needs must. It'll be Pyrenees probably tomorrow. But I've got to make tracks in that rough direction now. The cost of La Babacana. It was €37 a night. The room was more than adequate. The village was gorgeous. The host spoke no English, but with a little bit of help from Google Translate, we more or less got there. I had dinner there, which was really nice. €15. It shocked me. I hadn't got a clue what I was going to pay, but €15 was 2 courses, which I let Marta, the host, choose for me, and she chose really well. A glass of wine and a coffee, €15. You can't get the wine and the coffee for €15 at home in a restaurant. So very pleased with that. Breakfast was €3, 2 slices of Spanish style, very crispy toast with butter, jams and honey on them. €3 and a coffee, included the coffee. So overall, well, let's have a think. 37. It's about €40, isn't it? £37. 40, 55, €58 last night cost. 50 quid, whatever. Cheap as chips. My word, wildlife. A little deer. Where's he gone? There he goes. Oh, and some more. That's the first I've seen since I've been in Spain. Ah. Maybe I don't get up early enough. It's 9:36. I'll probably do about 4 hours on the bike today, which will turn into 6 or 7 because of stops. Got 3/4 of a tank of fuel. Here we go. This is the first little village back on the main road. It's Libros, Libros. Very nice. Little river flowing through it. My kind of town. I managed to get chapter 4 edited last night. I didn't get it loaded up onto YouTube, but of course by the time you see this it'll be done. I'm going to do that tonight wherever I stay. I'm getting better at it, I think. It's getting easier. I just need to perhaps shorten the videos, because the way the YouTube algorithm works is if you don't watch till the end, they consider your YouTube video of no value. So don't show it to as many people. And I'm making feature films each day. So, but then again, it's not about how many people watch it. It's all about me being able to look back and my wife and daughter, should anything happen to me in the future, they'll have something to remember me by. Because what you see is what you get here. This is real me. We've all got hobbies and interests. Mine, I absolutely love doing this. Well, this is certainly a nice start to the day. Scenery is beautiful. I wish the cloud wasn't around. You can't have everything. It's 12 degrees at the moment, which is about as cold as it's been. It's dry, so that's a plus. Hopefully it'll warm up as the day goes on. Now sandstone cliffs in front of me. Stunning. The little houses that you find in these villages in the mountains, I can see there are 1 or 2 types of little industries here, but how the majority of people make a living, I do not know. I guess that's why so many of the properties are empty and fall into pieces, is that it must be difficult to earn a crust. Okay, well, places like La Barbacana, where I just stayed, I hope Marta, who runs the place, does okay out of it. She works extremely hard. I think she has help in the kitchens, but she's there all day. She was there till late last night. She was doing breakfast this morning. She was out shopping the one time she left the building and she's non-stop and such a happy soul. But I know the cost of living's lower, but you still need a few quid just to survive here. They've still got bills to pay. I do wonder where and how they make their money, but it seems to work. And like I say, the pace of life is perhaps the equivalent to 100 years ago that it is now in England, in rural England. Nothing would surprise me less if I saw a guy ploughing a field with a horse. Then again, you've got aspects of Spain that are ultra-modern. You go to Madrid, Barcelona, the big cities. They put London to shame. Interesting fact of the day coming up. Those horses. Has to be said, you see major construction projects like this going on all over Spain. That looks like another main route being put in, a brand new road. They don't mess about. Goodness knows where they get the money from. Oh, could be the EU, I suppose. Let's see what they've been building, because it looks like we might be... oh no, we're not joining it. But there it is, another brand new silky smooth scale electric track. It's not like the road I'm on's all beat up. It's not. It's they're building a new one anyway. I guess this is a bit that they've completed. Good strength, look how good it is. Saturday today, so I expect to see a few more cyclists on the road than normal. They love their cycling in Spain. Is it the La Vuelta? They're equivalent to the Tour de France. Must look to see when that's going on. Once again, I'm taken aback at the scenery. These rock formations are just amazing. Beautiful Spain. Like it. So it's interesting fact of the day. We're just passing a little town called Perales. which we won't be going to. I went there last year, only very briefly, flew in, flew out for the English Hotel Owners conference. I was lucky enough to be invited. Perales is the town in Spain where the celebrated waiter Manuel was born, and the much-loved character. He's revered by all Spanish waiters across Spain. You ask anybody, go in a restaurant and say, what do you think of Manuel? And they'll all go into this sort of typical English Spanish accent. See, Mr. Faulty, we love him. That's what they do. That's what they do. Well, the hotel conference, hotel owners conference that they hold in Perales is middle of July every year. And like I said, all the independent English hotel owners over 6'2" turn up. They do silly walks and they bring tea trays with them, and all the locals come out into the street to celebrate Manuel, and the English hotel owners hit them over the head with tea trays and call them stupid, and the locals love it. They absolutely love it. You must go if you're ever in the area. Perales, it's in the middle of the summer. You'll have to check the internet for the exact dates. Be careful about the hotels you choose, especially if you've got dark hair and a good tan, because you may get hit over the head by a tray. That's my interesting fact for the day. I hope you enjoyed it. Here we go. Whee! It's absolutely silent here. Just pulled over. Stretch my legs. I just hear a car in the distance. That's the only sound. Not sure what these barriers are for. If it was England or Scotland, I'd suggest they were for stopping snowdrifts, but I can't imagine they get that much snow. Where I am in Spain now, they might. They're odd, aren't they? If you know, please drop me a comment. Lovely little town down there. Quite high up here, I think. So maybe they are for snow, but who knows? Spain's certainly making the most out of solar power and wind power. You see solar panels all over the hillside, and wind turbines aplenty. As you can see in front of me. Some more of these barriers just in front. It's strange. No idea what they are. 1,300 metres. Not that high, is it? It's not snow central. It's not a fence, so they don't join up, they're staggered. Another superb motorcycling road, lovely views, big sweeping bends, smooth surface. The N420. "89 kilometres south of Alcanez." Our first tunnel of the day. Out of the tunnel into another fantastic view. Totally stunning. Has to be said, it's a bit nippy up here. Down to about 10 degrees on the bike at the minute. Got a petrol station coming up. I'm not going to do what I did yesterday, I'm going to fill up. It's down to nearly half a tank. What we got up there? Nice looking bike. Barriadas del Sur. Call the cops, there's a kid on a scooter. We'll talk about that in a little while. So yeah, right, electric scooters, electric bikes, electric skateboards, the whole let's have fun thing. The police, and it has to be said, a lot of older people are obsessed with e-scooters. Staffordshire Police proudly tell us how an e-scooter was taken off a 10-year-old today. It has been scrapped. Aren't we great? And then hundreds of people on Facebook, this is nice, That's two dogs. Hundreds of people on Facebook are applauding it. And it's not just my generation either. And I think it's really sad, because wherever you go in Europe, they have the e-scooter hire and the bike hire and so on. But you also see loads and loads of people, children, adults, riding electric bikes, electric scooters. And it's great. And people aren't dying everywhere. And, you know, there might be the odd accident. That's life, isn't it? The odd accident. And the child learns from it. And somebody gets their ankle run into and, oh, ow, oh. And the little lad gets a telling off from his parents because he was riding it a bit too quick, and he doesn't do it again because he learns. Not in England. If you're watching this from anywhere else in the world, e-scooters, unless they're owned by corporations, they're not safe. If they are owned by corporations, they're perfectly safe. So you can hire one in England. You can't own one and use it on the roads, or for that matter, the pavements. I'd use them on the pavements as well. They're scooters, for God's sake. Don't ban these things. Educate kids. Educate people how to use them safely. And let's all have a bit of fun without the blasted state controlling everything for the benefit of a handful of corporations. There you go. If you disagree, drop me a comment. I'll ignore it, because my mind's made up on this, because I've travelled enough to see them being used quite sensibly and safely, and perhaps the odd scraped knee. But isn't that what growing up was all about? By the way, they can't be any more dangerous than an e-bike, which a child can ride. Think about it. Comment. Nice bit of art. Couple of dancing scaffolds, posts, I don't know. After my little e-scooter rant, I'll get you on it's got me onto another train of thought. Car cruising. Staffordshire Borough Council has banned car cruising in the following areas. Birmingham City Council has banned car cruising in certain areas. So what's car cruising then? I'll tell you what, as far as I know it is. You can admire the view while I'm talking, because this is lovely. Car cruising, a bunch of mates who care passionately about their cars, meeting up and going for a drive. Can't do that. I do it on a motorbike most weekends, and quite often in the week. Meet up with a bunch of mates, go for a ride. But if there's 5 or 10 of you, or 10 or 20, or a couple of hundred, whatever, meet up in cars, that's car cruising. And apparently it's terrible. because once again it goes on Facebook, and the same people who get whingy and moany about e-scooters are backing the police, backing the council and saying, oh yeah, I'm glad you've banned it, well done. Well, these people who I see car cruising, they usually got the most wonderful vehicles, so superbly looked after. It's their pride and joy, it's their little bit of freedom, and they meet up and they discuss their hi-fi systems and how they've tuned their engines, learning all this wonderful knowledge that'll help them when they get older. Oh, I've got some company. I bet they want to go quicker than me though. Still, ride your own ride. There you go. That's what you call a road. Woohoo! Looking at the map this morning and trying to decide where I was going. Weather-wise, it didn't seem to matter. I was going to hit some... it was cloudy all over Spain. Or it's certainly what was doable for me was cloudy. Didn't look at the rest. Road choice. Well, I kind of looked for what I could find that was mountainous, but Google Maps doesn't show you much, whether you've got it on regular view or terrain view. And even satellite view doesn't help a great deal. So I'm really been pleased with how things are turning out. It says I've got another 2 hours of riding today, although, as usual, oh hello, always gives you hope when there's other bikers. That you're on a good road, especially if they've got a bit of local knowledge. They wouldn't come up here otherwise. But yeah, I've been pleasantly surprised with the scenery so far. It might all change soon, but I feel like it's been good already. And if the last 2 hours aren't so great, then so be it. Still sort of heading north, which is going to be the theme now, I think. Where are we? About May the 9th. So I've got about 11 days before I need to be home. So that's loads of time. Loads of time. Considering where I am, I could easily hit the Spanish-French border tomorrow. Don't think I'll do that just yet. Have another couple of days and maybe another day off in Spain before I start on to France. My wife's been decorating while I've been away, and I'm under strict orders. She's going to be away in Scotland, taking the dogs to dog shows for the next week or so, or the latter part of my vacation. And she's given me strict orders that I mustn't come back until she's back. She wants to show me what she's done, I suppose. From what I've seen, she's done a fantastic job. She's discovered AI, and it's given her a fair bit of inspiration. Some more bikers having a drink at a cafe. Yeah, and I think she's gone to town on the house. And now she's gone to town on the bank account. You can't take it with you, can you? So what the hell? More bikers. You'll notice they do that sort of two-finger salute, the nice one, pointed at the ground, which is commonplace in Spain and France and probably other parts of the world. In England, it's a nod. Not that we're impolite. It's just that in England, you're the other side of the road. So, unless you want to take your hand off the accelerator, that left-handed two fingers pointed at the ground doesn't really work. So nobody can see it. Got a little bit fed up of looking at those camper vans. That's the other thing, you know. The obsession with speed cameras we've got in England and Scotland for that matter. You just don't see them in Spain. I've seen a couple, and it's well, look at that. It just doesn't seem to be something that he's worried about so much. They've got speed limits. I don't think many people take a lot of notice of them, but they're more of a, you know, it might pay you to slow down a bit sign, rather than a we're going to take your license off your sign. Maybe it's different when you do get caught. Maybe I'll go home to a few tickets from Spain. Maybe they hide their speed cameras. I don't drive excessively. I'd say normally I keep up with the flow of the traffic. No real obsession of getting past it, unless like back there I got a little bit bored of looking at it. But I've barely seen any police. I've certainly seen no speed safety vans of any description. And I've assumed there's been a few cameras. I've only seen one as such. That was about 2,000 miles ago. I haven't seen any average speed cameras. I feel society as a whole is a little freer here in Spain. Anybody who rides a motorbike should appreciate that. Isn't that what we ride for? That freedom. I don't know what that was that just crossed the road in front of me. Oh, it's a little dog. Middle of nowhere. There was a car coming, maybe he's with the guy in the car. Olive trees, I think. Should get a view up here soon of what lies ahead. Is it mountains or is the land going to flatten out a bit? I fear it'll flatten out a bit. There's mountains to my right. But hopefully when I get over the top of this, it's still looking good. Still looking generally good. What a lovely road. See them building over to my left over there. Quite grand. New, but not brand new. See a lot of stuff like that. I don't think, and that one's been there a while, it's got a tree growing over it. I don't think they were ever finished. There are no windows in them, no floors in them. But you see them all over the place. I was beginning to think they were like posh hay barns at one stage, but I don't think they are. The rain's starting to make a bit of an appearance. Not enough that I feel I'm not getting wet as such. I'm seeing it on my glasses every now and again. Easily dealt with. I just lift my head up about 3 or 4 inches, and well, that's where all the wind is that's coming off my screen, about 3 or 4 inches above my head. And my glasses just clear instantly. It's lovely. If I get the chance, I'll show you. This is Calanda. "18 degrees," the sign said. The next one says 15 degrees, so I don't think they're accurate. What does my bike say? 15, maybe that one is. It has warmed up since I've come down out of the mountains a little bit. I feel like it could be coffee time. Can't say as I'm hungry, I'm not. but a cup of coffee wouldn't go amiss. A cup of coffee never goes amiss. That was Colander. I think this is Alcanez. Yeah, it is. Just passing through. Pretty cool truck. An American style thing. Don't see many of those in Europe. Pretty grand, I don't know what it is, church, cathedral, mosque. Well, I went wrong somewhere. Easily done in cities like this, but sometimes it can be the best thing that can happen. Oh, this is fun negotiating these. You don't know if it's a road or what. And the sat-nav ain't got a clue what it's doing at the minute. Well, that was interesting. Little diversion. Not intended. Into the alleyways of Alcanez. I mean, what are you supposed to do when the little kids see you and they're doing this? Want you to rev the bike. You got to do it, haven't you? That's more like it, lads. Proper ride out. Well, this road's still quite pleasant. I know sooner or later we start following a river, so things have got to sort of flatten out a little bit, but for now, more than acceptable. Yeah, we're back in vulture country. I hope you can see them on the camera, right above me now. Fantastic birds, and some more coming up. What you do today then, Brian? I'm going to do a bit of flying round and how are you? So am I, Brian. And what are you doing later? Well, I might do a bit of soaring and some gliding. Then a bit more flying round. Oh, that sounds great. I might join you. Shall I bring the lads? Yeah, we'll all do it. Let's do some soaring and flying and a bit of gliding. Maybe get a bit of lunch later. Just entered the province of Zaragoza. No idea. Yeah, it's quite nice. It's nearly 1:30 on Saturday, May the 9th. I've just pulled over and had some emergency chocolate digestives because I'm feeling a little bit tired, if truth be known. I've got about an hour to where I dropped a pin. Hour and 15 minutes. I'm going to plod on, but I will be stopping to look for a hotel shortly. Somewhere, not here, but ahead of me. Look at that place up there. The weather's been reasonably kind to me today. I wouldn't describe the rain that we've had as even a shower. It's been a gentle sprinkling for a minute or so. I'd much rather see Spain when it isn't cloudy, but it is what it is. Still beautiful. There's a big lake over there. Oh wow. Oh, extra wow. I think I saw this on the map as I was heading over here. It's quite grand. Just had to stop. I think I had a fly in my crash helmet. Nothing worse. It's, you never know what's around the next corner with Spain. You really don't. Mountains and more lakes in front of me. It's all very promising. Well, they're fruit picking to my right, but I don't know what they are that they're picking. Hola! Hola! No idea. If I stop, I'll steal one and find out. I was daydreaming then, I didn't see the bikes behind me. Looking at the scenery. Another lake down there. Huge one again. Fabulous castle up on the hill to my left. Well, if ever there was a place to stop, this is it. I've got that really imposing castle up on the hill to my left, through the trees. Guys fishing out on a boat. And I don't know what it was, and I hope he comes round here in a minute, but there was a huge bird diving into the water. I'd love to show you that. A local rowing club. Absolutely stunning. It smells like perfume here. It must be the trees. The pine. Very nice. Rain started again. Got the castle behind me. Back over the lake we go. So much fruit on the trees already. It's so early. And I've just passed some trees covered in what look like big juicy red plums. And then we got the guys picking fruit up the road. I had no idea that it's ripened at this time of year. You think of fruit picking, you think autumn. Never seen so many ruined buildings either. Must have been so grand round here in its heyday. Another one there. And there. And I've passed about 20 in the last mile or so. Another quality road. Another scale electric track. I'm really tired, and I just had a little look at booking.com, and there was 2 or 3 places right next to me, just by the bridges there, to stop, that were very reasonable. But I'll try and head north a bit more. Oh, it's a pilgrimage up to that church. All the businesses around here seem to be fruit producers, Namvi Fruits. I've passed about 20 as I've been riding along in the last mile or 2. Cactus is about to flower. Okay. Okay. What we got here? Oh, lovely little dog. Well, if ever there was a time for pulling over and getting a hotel, now was it. But this is going to be a long one tonight. So it is what it is.
just going through a little ski resort in France now. And Ricardo has just told me the battery's low. So we'll see how long it lasts. And then slip back to the Mic Air, because that should be charged about now. Proper rain. Proper rain in the mountains. That means greasy roads, which I don't like at all. Especially when they've still got snow on them in places. But I'm going to press on carefully. I've got a bad feeling about this. The horses have took shelter. Oh, one of them has. I think I should. This is as bad as it gets. Pretty bad. I'm in amongst the cloud now.
Well, this is certainly unpleasant. Never said this before, but I'll be glad to get out in the mountains. It's not great on a day like today. It's still awful weather. I'm going to stop the bike in a minute. It's going to cause me problems with the hotel I've booked, so I'm going to get there late as it is. But this is rough as it gets in the Pyrenees when it's not snowing. Not nice.
Right, I'm just sat at the laptop editing the video you're watching now. I'll stop the video at this point and hopefully insert this to explain what came next. I didn't go to the hotel I booked. The video doesn't show it, but I'm in the middle of the Pyrenees and the rain is thundering down. I can't go fast enough to get the rain off my sunglasses. It's not washing off. I've got that liquid stuff on it on the sunglasses to try and help the water clear. Normally, if I just raise my head up, the wind just blows it straight off and I'm fine. I also can't go fast enough to stop the glasses steaming up. If ever I wanted a full-faced helmet, this was the moment. But I haven't got one with me. I've got a open-faced crash helmet, a pair of sunglasses, and a visor that drops down. Now you can see it's starting to get dark. It is quite late. It's been raining heavy for hours, and the rest of the video is a washout for tonight. But I come across what can only be described as glorified transport cafe and decide, let's get in there out the rain. I really felt unsafe. Lack of visibility. Cars, I felt under pressure from vehicles behind me constantly, trying to overtake me because I was going so slow. I mean, I don't go fast at the best of times, but on mountain roads with hairpin bends, and this is what I was riding now. I'm crawling 20 miles an hour, and there's people wanting to pass me at 60 and 70. Four wheels in the rain, a lot better than two. Windscreen wipers, really useful. I got none of that. And I felt under pressure, didn't want to be under pressure, so pulled off the road and went into this transport cafe. Didn't film any of it. unfortunately, because I was soaking, and I'm still drying out my kit now from it, and this is 24 hours later. My passport got soaked, everything got soaked, not least of all me and my boots. So I'm in a hotel and it all seems okay, the usual bog standard room, little box, bathroom, and I think I'm settled in for the night. Now I've just driven for maybe 11, 12 hours, something like that. It's 9, 10 o'clock at night, my head hits the pillow, I'm away. No, I'm not. I'm back awake because there's a party just started. All right, get a bit more sleep. Party, boom, 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 boom. Salsa music, which I like a bit of salsa, a little bit of merengue. But, you know, it's now 1 o'clock in the morning and I sit there for about an hour, complain to reception, we're having a party. He was involved. So it wasn't going to stop. I don't know if it was a wedding, a birthday or whatever, but this was going on all night. I thought, best thing I can do is get out of here. So got back into my wet gear, which was horrible, and headed off with nowhere in mind. I'm not going to get a hotel. It's 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. By about 3:30, I'm parked up with a bit of light, rolling around on the ground, bleeding my brakes, as you do. And I've got a bit of light where I was, bled the brakes and checked the oil level, and the sun's almost coming into the sky. It's like 4 or 5 o'clock now. And I thought, oh, I'll clean the bike. So I cleaned the bike. And eventually the sun came up. And we take it from there.
Right then, let's talk about yesterday. That was the last half of yesterday, and early hours this morning was the tour from hell. It all went wrong when I hit the Pyrenees. Went a lot further than I expected to. Hadn't booked any accommodation, and then the rain started. And when I say rain started, I've never seen, well, I have seen like it, but not on my motorbike, I haven't. And I'm on right up in the mountains, all the bends you could wish for. Sunglasses are steaming up because I'm not going fast enough to clear them. So I can't see where I'm going. Couldn't get any momentum going. Absolutely awful. The roads were slippy. Of course, cars deal with it way better than this Goldwing does. I got fly in my blasted eye. Yeah. So got to a hotel, handed over some money, and then the music started. I think, but I don't know for sure, it sounded like it was in the room next to mine, but it didn't matter where you went in the hotel, you could hear this blasted music. And it's around about 2 o'clock this morning, I packed everything, got back on the bike, and since then I've done a huge, great loop of the Pyrenees, over to the eastern side near Girona, and I'm back in the thick of it now. Everything was soaked, it's all dried out, I'm glad to say. The Insta has got lens covers on it. Well, they just steamed up. So that's been drying out till now. Couldn't get internet on my phone. Don't know what happened there, whether it was the location or what it was. That's been playing up terrible. Trying to charge my phone, kept telling me there's moisture in the USB port. Well, I've swapped USB ports now and thrown the other one away. It was on its last legs anyway. And it's working fine. So, like I say, absolute nightmare. Sun's out, thank God, because it was getting a little bit tedious. I don't mind a bit of rain, but Helen, it bucketed it down. It was dangerous. Felt dangerous last night, driving in it. Any road, that's the latest. I've come up with a bit of some of my special information for you as I'm driving along. But scenery's lovely, weather's lovely. I did have the idea to go to Italy yesterday, which is kind of why I made the miles I did. But after last night's weather, put me off, because that would have been a hell of a jaunt. I've got a friend who's got a house over there, and I know he's there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that. And I was going to pop in and surprise him. Northern Italy, up near Pisa. So, yeah, that's gone out the window, I'm afraid. Sorry, Mac. Yeah, I'm just going to crack on anyway. Got an idea of where I'm staying. It'll probably be Andorra tonight. I've looked at a few places to stay, really cheap, and some of them look really okay. And then you have to check the price of the parking. £25 a day for parking? I don't think so. Any road, here we go. Back in tunnel country. First one of the day. Get me lights on. Oh, it's only a little baby one. Andorra, 131 kilometres. Place I'm going to 143 kilometres. This one's over a kilometre, nearly 2 kilometres long, 1,848 metres. Hey, it's nippy in here. Well, that's cooled me down no end. So it's 14 degrees inside this tunnel. according to my bike. The village back there, it was 23 degrees. So, although 14 degrees isn't that cold, it certainly feels it when you've come out of 23 or so degrees a second before. Like walking into a fridge. Well, that was a good one. Oh, pretty to the right, pretty to the left. That's a lovely bridge. Well, about a kilometre ago it said there was a garage in 500 metres. Well, I didn't see it. Do with a drink of water. I've run out. I could do with a can of Red Bull as well or something like, so I'm feeling pretty groggy through lack of sleep last night. And I could do with some fuel. Needed when I needed it. I should be able to get everything from here. As long as it's not one of those automated places. And it's not. Is it? I think it is. Simplomo 95. Oh God. So I've got emergency biscuits, big bottle of water, and a Red Bull. You see a lot of these little lights as you go through towns and you wonder what they're there for. They control the speed. If you're doing above the speed limit, they change to red. And it works. So none of us want to go over a red light. But we all get our speeds wrong occasionally. Wouldn't that be nice if they adopted that in England instead of constant fines and points? So it actually pays to do the speed limit. You get to where you want to go quicker, or you get held up by lights. Some of these roads that I'm on look quite familiar in places. One or two of the little towns I've been through look familiar. And I'm wondering if I came through these on the bull run last year. Not bothered, because the bull run was west to east and I'm now going east to west. So I'm going to see things with a completely new perspective, like that bridge. That could be the case. Anyway, interesting fact. You probably all know recording artist and general genius, rest in peace, David Bowie, had a son called Zoe Bowie. But did you know he also had 3 other sons, Huey, Louie and Dewey Bowie? I think they have gone on to be quite famous, Huey, Louie and Dewey. Interesting fact. You might be wondering why my videos are so long. It's difficult to edit out the scenery, it really is. Snow on the mountains in front of me. The little moments like those trees then, they look fabulous. And it's round every bend, there's something. As I said that, I turned the camera off as I was going around that bend. More fool me, because to my right there's a river and you've got a great view of cascading, you might just see it now, cascading waterfalls and rapids. Look at it. I hope you can see that. But it gets a bit nippy when the mountains block out the sun, and I wished I'd got my jacket on, but my jacket's soaking wet and there's no way it's dried out yet because it's been packed away. And my only decent sweatshirt, well, during the night last night I decided it was a good idea to do the brakes, and I was wearing the sweatshirt and it's filthy now. So I was rolling around on this gravelly sort of floor to get at the bleed nipples on the rear of the bike. So I didn't really want, oh my word, that was beautiful. Didn't really want to put that on until it's been washed. I don't think washing it's going to help. Maybe I should just do it and to hell with it. Need something on. But then again, that's soaking wet as well. Might have dried. I think I will. I'll pull over and put something on. I'll either suffer a damp coat or hopefully a less than damp, filthy sweatshirt. If I can find somewhere to stop. It says next petrol 50 kilometres. I'm glad I got some. First parking spot and I'm in it. Looks like I might have some proper twisties up here. sat-nav screen is quite a help. So it gives you a clue as to what's coming up ahead of you. A little glance to every now and again. I know I've got a left and a sweeping right in about 100 yards. Here it is. And it kind of tells you how sharp the bends are. Have to watch people, oh my life, on the wrong side of the road, like that guy. Just past the 1,000 metre altitude mark. There you go, sweatshirt time. Ugh. Still to do any real hairpins. I'm sure I'll see some today. A little bit of advice if you need it for doing hairpins. Take it easy, it's not a race. And leave yourself plenty of room from the guy in front. Because car drivers have got a funny habit of just stopping on a hairpin bend. If they've got something coming towards them, they just put the brakes on. Now, I know you can stop. You try putting your foot down on the hairpin. If you put your inside foot down, you're going over. There's a guy who records the Stelvio Pass on YouTube, and 99 out of 100, and he sees about that many a day, people coming off their bikes on hairpins. He's due to them putting the wrong foot down. But when you lean into the right to go round a right-hander, very difficult to put your left foot down. In an instant, you've got to straighten the bike up. So, yeah, if you come to a hairpin bend and you're up the backside of somebody, drop back before you hit it. Give yourself some room, and then you can slow down and stop on the bit before the bend instead of on it. That's not one of my interesting facts, that's a fact. From the slowest man on the mountain. Preparation. Don't be in fifth or sixth gear. Give yourself some engine room. It's easier to rev the engine and get out of trouble than stall the engine. It's the last thing you want to be doing. Although you'd have a job stalling this beast. some of you that getting to the top of the mountain as fast as you can is all part of the fun, and I really appreciate that. I couldn't do it, certainly not on this bike. Might be different on something a bit lighter and easier to handle, but I'm forever being overtaken going up mountains like this, and I couldn't give a monkey's. I'm going to hazard a guess that there's a ski resort at the top of here, because we're climbing at quite a rate. My ears have just popped again. They did it at 1,000 metres and they've just gone again now. La Molina Marcella. There's a man skiing on the sign. So there you go. Look at the view. It's breathtaking, isn't it? There's nowhere in the United Kingdom that touches that. Scotland can be nice, but it's nothing like that. Just past a sign saying put your snow chains on. Oh, fancy coming down here when it's covered in snow. Not a chance on me bike. I've had to do it in the Alps in the car in the past. Carry snow chains. Oh, they're fun to get on. So it doesn't look like we're going to the top of that mountain anyway. I'm not going to bother getting that off the dash cam because it's a bit of a chore. But remember what I said about people being on your side of the road? That was a close one. It's another reason for not going too quick. You know, I could almost stop then. He couldn't. And it was a close one. Years ago, when my father first learned to drive, which was quite late in life, I suppose, he was probably in his mid to late 30s before he got a car. I'd have been a young lad. He bought the AA Book of the Road, or you got that maybe with your membership of the AA. And it was, it had flora and fauna in it. It was a map of the British Isles. You know, this is before sat-navs. Really useful bit of kit. And if I remember right, one of the pages in it, at the start or at the end or whatever, it said, always remember around every corner there's an idiot coming towards you. Oh, yeah. It's worth remembering that. It doesn't matter how good you are. It really doesn't. If you're going quick and I can do hairpin bends at 50 mile an hour. Oh, I'm ever so good at it, you know. I'm sure you can. But what about the twat coming towards you that you can't see? Who can't do hairpin bends at 50 mile an hour, but he's doing them at 50 miles an hour anyway. One of these roads, they're not wide enough for two cars, let alone somebody on your side of the road. If you want to go quick on the straight bits where you can see 200 or 300 yards ahead of you. You can make up your time like that, like now. I can see there's nothing coming. So you can go a bit quicker. If that's fog or smoke. Could even be pollen. And if you're holding up the locals in their cars who know what's round every bend, and if you're like me, you will, don't be ashamed to pull over and let them go. God, I bet there's no end of you listening, watching this, listening to this and thinking, how boring is he? Yeah, well, I'm boring and still alive. You 20-year-olds that are coming to Spain for the first time on your Hayabusas and whatever, your Jixas. Let's see if you can come back when you're in your 60s like I am. Don't do anything daft, guys. We're in the middle of the Pyrenees. Look at the quality of the road. You know, have a good look at it. It's silky smooth and perfect. This is what I've been saying throughout my time in Spain. Unbelievable quality. No, believable quality. This is what our roads are supposed to be like. The little mountain tracks that you go over in Wales are supposed to be like this. Stafford High Street is supposed to be like this. It's not. There's not a road in Stafford as good as this. Not one. Well, that was about 1 car wide, that tunnel behind me. Toses. For you. Right, we're heading to La Molina, and so is the guy behind me. I bet he's really happy about that. I tried to pull over a couple of times, but what's easily doable in a car isn't easily doable on a Goldwing. There was like a 8-inch drop from the road to the pull-in. I nearly came to a standstill thinking about it. He's just going to have to tolerate me until he can pass me or I can get out of his way. Just glanced to my right, my stomach turned. That's a long way down. Probably can't see it through the trees. But there was a little tiny gap back there and I could. That was pothole number 4 since I've been in Spain. If you're a ski runs, lots of them. See the gaps between the trees and in the clearings and the chairlifts and snow making machines. I've got a funny feeling I know where we are. I'm sure I came this way, but the opposite way on the Bull Run. So those ski runs look very familiar. And this will be a ski season car park. A good place to have an emergency biscuit. Still plenty of snow on the peaks. Oh. Lovely. Right, let's have a look at today's, or the next few days, biscuit choice. We've got Principe Crème de Chocolat. It's a chocolate sandwich. If I can open it. There we go, look. Got a knife in here somewhere. They'll do. That's not great, is it? I've never skied in Andorra because the snow can be a little bit unpredictable, and it's probably not the best in Europe. If you want the best skiing in Europe, go to the Three Valleys. In my opinion, it's vast and all linked, so you can literally, if you're good enough, spend a whole day doing all the different main resorts. There's like it's a bit of a badge of honour if you've managed it. I have been here before, came up that road. Never been under here before that. Yeah, I've never been to Andorra. I'm told the après ski, it's been a while, but my wife skied here years ago, and she said the après ski was quite good. And that's what's wrong with Colorado. There is no après ski. It's ski until your legs are shot. And then, we're going down here. And then go and have dinner, which will be a steak. Bloody as hell, because that's the only way they cook it. And then go to bed because you're knackered. Excuse my French. Whereas skiing in France, and I'm told Andorra is ski till you're knackered and then party all night, which sounds a lot more fun to me. Mind you, at my age, probably not all night. There used to be I don't know, it was a company or just a theme called the La Folie Douce in the Three Valleys. They had several of these little locations scattered about various mountainsides, and oh gosh, they were great fun. One of these, they'd have a DJ, dancers, saxophonist, and people had come from all over the mountain to be there when that was going on, just to sit. I mean, me and my wife used to get a bottle of framboise each and put it in the snow, sit on the snow with our skis at the side of us, and watch the youngsters, the revellers, having a great time in their fancy dress, and I mean, bottles of champagne being poured over balconies to the crowd below. You know, it was great. It was the sort of music, I don't know what you call it. I ought to, because I'm a DJ, but it's not my kind of. It's not where I play at gigs. It was this Calvin Harris type stuff, you know, where it builds to a crescendo, and you think it's the crescendo, and it's not. It's just the start of, and they raise the crowd up to a point you think is of no return, and then raise them a little bit higher, and then higher again. It's amazing. It's another little chairlift we're going under. If you've never been skiing and you're young enough to take it up, give it a go. It doesn't have to be silly expensive. Sean and I took our friends to Courchevel, which is one of the most expensive resorts in the Three Valleys. One of those places where the shops don't have prices. If you need to know the price, you shouldn't be there. So we just didn't buy anything. Yeah, we took them there, and on day one I went out and got a ski pass, which was stupid, because they couldn't ski. Quickly realised something I didn't know, and I've skied there before and all over the Three Valleys, that the nursery slopes, and to a non-skier they're anything but nursery slopes. They're quite challenging to a new skier. They're free, so you don't need a ski pass for them. So we literally spent a week. We didn't ski every day. It's very hard when you've not skied before to ski every day, because your legs just aren't up for it. They're fitter than me and my wife. You know, Karen goes out running with the dog on a strap tied to her waist, and Mac, bless him, he's not well at the moment, but he's always been, you know, pretty lean compared to Fatty here. But even so, there's such a thing as ski legs, and you're using muscles that, if you've not skied before, that's have to get worked in. So we sort of skied every other day. Didn't cost us a penny, except for the money I wasted on ski passes we didn't need. But they were only one-day ones. European ski passes, they're still quite expensive, but America's gone silly. I'm lucky enough to have skied in Colorado a few times. My father-in-law had a place in Steamboat Springs, which is as good as it gets in Colorado. And Colorado is probably the best skiing in the world. Speed bumps. Yes, it comes back to me now. I forgot where I was going with that. Yeah, the prices in Colorado have gone extreme. To ski at Vail now, which has always been a snooty resort, you're talking £1,000 a day. I kid you not. The locals can't ski there anymore, which is disgusting. But they're owned by the ski resorts are owned by massive corporations. Oh, corporations, here we go again. Who care nothing for anyone. They just care about profit. And as long as there's enough millionaires and billionaires in the world, they can charge whatever they want, because to a billionaire, £1,000 a day is like buying a Mars bar. Well, that took all of 30 seconds. Booking confirmed. So Arinsol is where we're staying. Respite. Terribly wrong. I've got to do a U-turn on a God knows what degree angle this is. Of course, there's somebody coming. Woohoo! like this at all. Bike's on completely the wrong angle. Feel like I'm blocking the garage. Let's go to our salvage. Plan B. Hotel San Gotthard.
I understand. What do you want? Oh. You got it. All right. You have a... Yes, all right with this one.
Yeah.
There is one road, one. The second road.
It's down there.
Yeah, but this side, there's some other side.
Okay.
Right.
I'll go and look.
About 200 meters.
Thank you. That is it then. Quite pleased about that. $200 right. Found it, it was jolly nice. And I've found the sign that says private parking, Hotel San Gotthard. So it just gets better and better. Reasonably flat bit for me bike. I know where I'm going to put it. Just remembered the mic's not working. That's where it's going. Like that. It's better. Anyway, I'm here. I'm going to turn you off now. Right. So, You see in the room as I walk in, I've dumped my bag. They're really, really professional here, which is nice. Really professional, like 5-star professional. That's all good. I'll be in there in a minute. Let's see what a view I've got. Oh, we've got a balcony. And a very noisy, hola, very noisy little river. There you go. Oh, I'm going to get changed. And then I'll take you to see the rest of the place and my complimentary drink.